G'day, Anthea here for Ant's Pants Pantry. Last time I made the first part of the dessert that I wanted to try, and that was this star anise and cinnamon syrup, which of course is lovely, rich and dark, and smells wonderful. Today I'm going to do the second part of it, which is steamed ginger puddings. So let's see how they turn out. It's found in the desserts and sweets section of the Everyday Cooking for Thermomix Families cooking chip, steamed ginger puddings. We have raw sugar, a piece of ginger that's been peeled or ground ginger, some unsalted butter, golden syrup, 2 eggs, full cream milk, self-raising flour and raisins and water. And then the useful items are paper towel and baking paper and the 12 silicone cupcake molds. Alright, first step is to place the 12 silicone cupcake molds into the Varoma dish and onto the Varoma tray and set aside. So I managed to fit 7 onto the tray and 5 into the dish. So that's my 12. Starting off with 60 grams of raw sugar. Once again, I'm using the low GI sugar. That is my preference. Oops, too much. All right, I'll take some out. There we are, that's better. It's not all that much. I don't know if that's a quarter of a cup. I haven't measured it, but a little bit of sugar, 60 grams. Next is to put the measuring cup into the mixing bowl lid and make it into caster sugar, 10 seconds on speed 9. It always fascinates me how it makes this cloud of dust. So fine. All right, next step. Scrape down the sides of the mixing bowl with the spatula and put in your ginger, okay? I'm quite happy to use ground ginger, but I do happen to have some ginger here, so I'll put using that today. And 130 grams of unsalted butter, which I have had softening for the last hour or so. That's the butter. 2 tablespoons of golden syrup. It's always a challenge getting the golden syrup off the spoon, isn't it? I warmed up the spoon actually a bit first, so to make it a bit easier. All right, that's one. I'll scrape that and then put another one in. And that's the second one. It's kind of soothing and relaxing to watch it make pretty patterns, isn't it? Next is the 2 eggs. Okay, I've got 1 in there. I like to crack them separately into my little container just to make sure I don't get any shell in there. So that's 1 and 2. $170 grams of full cream milk. Try and be a bit more careful this time. And insert the measuring cup into the lid. 15 seconds to mix it at speed 5. Scrape down the sides. Right, okay. It's not a real lot to scrape down. Looking good. Next is add the self-raising flour. There we are. And 100 grams of raisins, which are optional. I'm putting a few sultanas in. I've had the impression in the past that Americans call sultanas raisins. To me, raisins are a very big dried grape, and sultanas are a bit smaller. Anyway, I don't think I need a full 100 grams in there. I'll just put those in and insert the measuring cup. And mix together on reverse for 20 seconds at speed 3. Okay, now we scrape down the sides. Make sure that flour gets in there. I'm just going to scrape off the top of the knives. What's next? If necessary, repeat the combining for another 20 seconds. Well, let me have a look. I think that's well combined. I can't see any actually strong bits of flour, or there's a bit of golden syrup that seems to be streaking. I think that's all right. And so we'll skip that step and then divide the batter between the prepared moulds, place it into the Varoma dish and onto the Varoma tray. Well, as you can see, that amount of mixture has meant that my moulds are quite full. So the next step is to place a piece of wet and well-wrung baking paper on top of the puddings in the dish and tray, and then top each piece of baking paper with a piece of dry paper towel. Okay. Okay. And dry paper towel. Put that together and put 1500 grams of water into the mixing bowl, which I haven't washed. There we go. I think that'll do the job. And place the Varoma into position, so the lid has to go on first. And then the Varoma sits on top of that with the lid on top of that. And 25 minutes at Varoma temperature on speed 1. Okay, so the instruction in the cooking was to give yourself an extra 5 minutes if you want to. Now, as someone who hasn't made these before, how do I know if I want to? Look, I think they've risen nicely. I guess if I stick a skewer in and it's not really, and it's soggy, then that would mean they're not cooked properly. Let me try that. Well, there's nothing sticking to that skewer. There's no sort of wet mixture sticking to that. And I think they look pretty. What do the ones underneath look like? Oh yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to be happy with those. All right, now what was the instructions? Allow the puddings to cool slightly, then rest for 5 minutes before turning out of moulds, and serve warm with the syrup, obviously, that I'd made last time. So I'll let them rest and get one ready to serve. Well, there's my steamed ginger pudding, looking very cute. I'm going to put some of this star anise cinnamon syrup over it and give it a taste. Perhaps I'll just taste the pudding by itself first. Oh, I like it. I like ginger anyway. Yeah, it's lovely. Very easy to eat. Very nice. All right, let me taste it with the syrup. Wow. Those spices work really well with the ginger flavour. I know why they recommended doing that. So very aromatic, lovely hints of spice and sweetness. It's very, very nice. So that one was worth trying, and thanks for watching.